please. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible,
for God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We have a little continue standing, please, for silent prayer reflection. Thank you. Roll call.
Ms. Bennett.
Here.
Mr. Bekowski. Here. Mr. DeMarco. Mr. Dewar.
Here.
Ms. Filiaggi. Here. Mr. Ftulis.
Here.
Ms. Hallam.
Here.
Mr. Klein.
Here.
Mr. Macy.
Here.
Ms. Nacaretti-Chapkus.
Hi, Paul.
Mr. Palmieri.
Here.
Mr. Palmacina.
Here.
Ms. Pritzio. Mr. Walton.
Here.
President Katina. We have 13 members present at the moment.
Thank you. Proclamation of certificates 12761-23.
A proclamation congratulating Alekia Dota-Peneni, winner of the statewide One Water poster contest, sponsored by Councilmember Filiaggi.
Thank you, members of council and people in the gallery. This proclamation celebrates the winner of the One Water poster contest sponsored by the Pennsylvania Association of Conservation Districts. The PACD and the Allegheny County Conservation District belong to a national network of conservation districts that have, for 75 years, had a unified goal of educating and engaging the public on the importance of clean water and a sustainable future. The contest itself is designed to increase awareness of conservation topics among students in order to cultivate the next generation of wise stewards of our natural resources and allow those students the opportunity to express how water connects us all. The winner, whom we have here today with her poster, will now advance to the National Association of Conservation Districts to compete and be recognized. We want to show them over there. So we can put it down. I'm truly honored to confer this proclamation celebrating an Allegheny County student who attends Pine Richland Eden Hall Upper Elementary as the winner of the statewide One Water poster contest in the 4th through 6th grade division. I'm actually giddy and a bit smug as I stand here today, being the person to give you all the privilege of meeting the winner, Miss Alekia Dota-Peneni. Miss Dota-Peneni is a rising 5th grader and is truly an exceptional young person. I've met her, spoken to her father. Her mother couldn't be here today, but celebrates her as well. Her accomplishments are already many. In addition to winning the poster contest, with her vivid depiction of how water connects us all, Alekia is an A student, a decorated tennis champion, a science competition winner, and violinist who performs at school and the Discovery Church. She's an active volunteer with local organizations that are dear to all of us here, including World Vision Project, Hilltop Farms, Glade Run Lutheran Services, and 412 Food Rescue. Without a doubt, Miss Alekia Dota-Peneni is a future leader of America, and if we're lucky enough to retain her gifts here, she will most definitely be a future leader of our great county. So without further ado, although it takes me time, now therefore be it resolved that we, the Allegheny County Council, do hereby recognize and congratulate Allegheny Dota for the creation of her award-winning One Water poster and for creating vital awareness of water being the single connected resource that we all share. In witness whereof, I have hereinto caused the seal of the County of Allegheny County, my goodness, to be affixed this 15th day of August 2023. Thank you for your energy and your service. I hold the poster now.
Can I lower it?
You sure can.
Good evening. Thank you for the recognition of the effort. It is an honor and a privilege to meet you all in person. I heard on the news channel that in Cape Town, South Africa, the water was running out and it only lasted a few days. In African and Asian countries, women had to walk many miles to get portable water. In Colorado, the Colorado River was drying up and the people would not get enough water. These are some of the reasons I decided to participate and work on this poster contest. Water is not only important to human beings, but also living beings as well, like birds and animals and trees and plants to give us food. I will continue to work on such topics, and thank you for the encouragement. And once again, and it means a lot to me.
All right. Okay, everybody right on me. Okay, ready? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Can we get one more? Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
You're welcome. Thank you.
One 12762-23.
A proclamation recognizing the Gateway Clipper Fleet's 65th anniversary, sponsored by Council Members Palmasina, Macy, and all other members of council.
Thank you. And if I could just say something before about Allegheny. Allegheny, this is an important part of our area here so much, and there's a lot going on with trying to clean the waters more up there. My grandfather, John Conley, was the first treasurer of the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority, formed in 1955. And for that reason, I'll get into it a little bit later, that's how we got started in the boat business. So congratulations, and I'm going to give your father, or give you my card. If you get in touch with me, we can, I'd love to have you and your family down for a boat ride. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's great. Thank you.
Again, thank you to the County Council, and especially to Mr. Palmasino and to Councilman Palmasino and Councilman Macy for setting us up for this, and for the rest of you voting unanimously to be part of this, for us to be part of this. 65 years. I was a little boy. John Connolly, as I said, was the treasurer of the Gateway of the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority, the first one. He realized these rivers were going to be cleaned up, and I mean, when I was a kid, they were still really rough. You touch the river, you were in the river, you'd smell it for 3 days afterwards. It was, and it was just they would never freeze at that time because there was so much thermal and industrial pollution. So the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority had a lot to do with where we are today. We actually have we have beavers off our dock, and we have muskie right off our dock right there. That's, who would think? And who would have thought back then that that was going to be? And who would have thought this area would turn out to be such a rich resource as the Three Rivers all have been? But my grandparents, John and Josephine Connolly, started out with a boat. They found a boat after they thought it would be a good idea to have a sightseeing boat in Pittsburgh. They found a boat up on Lake Erie, an old Lake Erie head boat. It used to take people fishing. They brought it here, had our first cruise on May 17th, 1958. As I said, I was a little bored. There's a picture of me in the office, me and my mother and my brother and my grandmother on the boat. Here we are today. We figured out the other day, conservatively, that our sightseeing cruises alone have put enough miles on these three rivers to circle the globe more than 10 times. We've handled multi-millions of passengers. We do over 250,000 passengers a year right now. And we have dining, sightseeing, weddings, private events, shuttle to and from Acrisure Stadium, and can't help myself. Acrisure is a great name too. They're putting the money up, so they deserve it. And PNC Park, and we are blessed and to be able to be here and have these 65 years in. And I'd like to introduce a couple of folks that are here today. We have 3 of our key staff members right here. Gene Ryan, would you stand up, please? 32 years. Customer relations. Dara Brown is our Director of Finance. 34 years, I think, right, Dara? Yep. And Krista Grable is she does everything with us, so she got 27 years in. My wife, Pamela, behind her, if you stand up for a second. My daughter, Hannah, and her husband, Brad, and their kids, Ellery and Banks. My son, Christian, his wife, May, and their son Theodore. They're all part of the group, and they represent another 145 or so employees and crew members that we have that sail the rivers, and we're very proud and grateful to do what we do every day, and to bring what we bring to the Western Pennsylvania.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Councilman.
Well, thank you. I want to congratulate you, young lady. It's a hard act to follow. You did a wonderful job. You really did a wonderful job. So we need more folks like you, young. You want to make another? We'll clap for you again. I think we'll have to clap for you. You're welcome. So I think Mr. Organ has said just about everything, but I want to say just a few things. As a young man living in the West End, my good friend Steve Wayhart over there, who actually works for this good man here, we used to go down there and we used to take the boat across the river to the Pirate games. So this is near and dear to me. You do a wonderful job down there. We go every year, my family and I.
You mentioned before being on the cruise, on the kids cruise on the.
I took my grandbabies down to the kids cruise for the superheroes, and I tell you what, it was one of the most enjoyable things we did.
Does my heart good when I see those kids. It's like going to a rock concert. It's just, and we've had customers actually describe it. The characters come out and everybody gets so excited.
And I think the best part of the day when we were leaving and coming in, how welcoming your staff was.
Thank you.
From everybody standing there greeting everybody coming in and coming out. So I want to congratulate you and just thank you for all the residents of Allegheny County and throughout the region to come and enjoy what you offer. So I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Thank you. They can all come up here. Everybody, come on, Steve. Steve, everybody.
All hands come on.
These folks that are up here with me and the rest of our folks that aren't here this evening are to get us to at least 75 and 100 years as well.
I wouldn't bring a save.
I've been down this route place often.
The wrong building. Go right home and what she wants to talk about then. And then I'll. So she's been here before.
All right. Okay, everybody right on me. Ready? Ready, 1, 2, 3. Ready? All right, ready, 1, 2, and 3. All right. Okay, everybody right here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gotcha.
I'll tell them to look for you, okay?
Very impressive, very impressive.
A proclamation recognizing the 4th anniversary of Presley's Place at Pittsburgh International Airport, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
12764-23.
A proclamation recognizing the 131st anniversary of the Battle of Homestead, sponsored by Councilmember Pritzio and Councilmember Klein.
12765-23.
A proclamation celebrating the 2023 Castle Shannon Community Day, sponsored by Councilmember Palmieri.
12766-23.
A proclamation recognizing the centennial celebration of the Western Pennsylvania Slovak Day, sponsored by Councilmember Macy.
1276723.
A proclamation recognizing Sean Traynor on his retirement from the city of Pittsburgh, sponsored by Councilmember Paul Messina.
12768-23.
A proclamation recognizing Minerva Bakery's 100th anniversary, sponsored by Councilmember Macy.
12769-23.
A proclamation honoring John Vento on the occasion of his 100th birthday, sponsored by Councilmembers Katina, Paul Messina, Fatulis, and the County Treasurer.
And 12770-23.
A proclamation recognizing and congratulating Ethan Conley on achieving the rank of Eagle Scout, sponsored by Councilmember Macy.
Public comment on agenda items.
We have none on agenda items.
Approval of minutes. 12771-23.
Motion to approve the minutes of the May 23rd, 2023 regular meeting of council.
I have a second.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's motion's approved. 1277-23.
A motion to approve the minutes of the June 6th, 2023 regular meeting of council.
Motion approved and second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion approved. Thank you. 12773-23.
A motion to approve the minutes of the June 20th, 2023 regular meeting of council.
Make a motion.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Aye. Motion approved.
Aye.
Thank you. 12774-23.
A motion to approve the minutes of the July 11th, 2023 regular meeting of council.
Make the motion.
Motion and second. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you very much. Presentation of appointments, 12754-23.
Approving the appointment of Michael Sully to the Board of Property Assessments, Appeals, and Review for a term to run through August 15th, 2026, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
Now to go to the Committee on Appointment Review, 12756-23.
Approving the appointment of Timothy Mowry to the Accountability, Conduct, and Ethics Commission for a term to expire on August 15th, 2028, sponsored by Councilmember DeMarco.
Now to go also to Appointment Review, 12757-23.
Approving the reappointment of G. Eric French to the Allegheny County Conservation District Board for a term to be effective through December 31st, 2024, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
That'll also go to Appointment Review, 12758-23.
Approving the reappointment of Jenna R. Kramer to the Allegheny County Conservation District Board for a term to be effective through December 31st, 2024, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
That'll also go to Committee on Appointment Review, 12759-23.
Approving the appointment of Holly A. Douglas to the Minority Women and Disadvantaged Business Enterprise Board for a term to be effective through December 31st, 2026, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
That'll also go to Committee on Appointment Review, Unfinished Business.
We have none.
Liaison reports. Does anybody have a liaison report? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on. New business ordinances and resolutions, 12775-23.
An ordinance of the County of Allegheny, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, authorizing Land Reclamation Group LLC, an environmental services company, to enter onto county property for the purpose of completing a stream restoration project at Pearson Run in the county's Boyce Park, sponsored by the Chief Executive.
That'll go to Committee on Parks. New business motions, 12776-23.
A motion of the Council of Allegheny County authorizing a public hearing pursuant to the Home Rule Charter and Administrative Code of Allegheny County and the Rules of Allegheny County Council on Monday, September 18th, 2023 at 6:00 p.m. in the Gold Room of the Allegheny County Courthouse, sponsored by Councilmembers Pritzio and Nagarati-Chapkus.
You have something to say? Ms. Christie, go ahead, since you sponsor.
So hopefully my council members have a chance to look at the motion. Basically, this motion is to have a public hearing on September 18th, and we are going to hear from folks, especially why it's so important to have this public hearing on medical debt. And I was hoping that I could have a motion to vote on it. Sorry.
I'll second that motion.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So we have a motion and a second. We want to do a roll call or a voice vote on this? Roll call? Roll call, please.
I already got it.
On the motion to approve, Ms. Bennett.
Yes.
Mr. Betkowski.
Yes.
Mr. DeMarco. Mr. DeMarco?
Could you clarify what the motion is on? I apologize. I'm in a bad area with reception.
Understood.
And the call dropped, and I just joined in again.
Understood. This is the motion to approve Bill number 12776-23. That's the public hearing motion on the agenda.
Yes.
Medical debt.
I'm sorry, Mr. DeMarco, that was a yes?
Oh, yes.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Mr. Dewar.
Yes.
Ms. Filiaggi.
Yes.
Mr. Stoulis. Ms. Hallam.
Yes.
Mr. Klein.
Yes.
Mr. Macy.
Yes.
Ms. Nagarati-Chapkus. Mr. Palmieri.
Yes.
Mr. Palmasina.
Yes.
Ms. Pritzio.
Yes.
Mr. Walton.
Yes.
President Katina.
Yes.
We have 14 ayes with one member present, and please let the record reflect that President Katina is not with us.
Thank you. Bill number 12777-23 was withdrawn, and we're going to move on. 12778-23.
A motion of the Council of Allegheny County expressing the sense of council regarding the search and hiring processes for a new Allegheny County jail warden, sponsored by Councilmember Katina.
We're going to refer that to the Committee on Public Safety. Notifications and contracts. 12779-23.
A communication summarizing approved executive actions for the month of July 2023.
Motion to receive and
file.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Thank you. Public comment on general items.
I have two. First up is Robert Helwig.
He's not here.
Second up is Thomas Allen.
Thomas Allen's not here. And we had a late person come in, Bernadette Mossy. Do you have any objection if she gets an opportunity to talk, please? Come on in, Bernadette. Come on up. He wasn't here. I don't know. He's sick. I think he wanted to be here.
Oh, I didn't know I could start.
Yeah, your name and
My
address.
name is Bernadette, and I'm in Beachview. I'm now old, they tell me, and they want me to continue my water aerobics. When I'm on land, I fall, but when I'm in the water, I'm normal. So anyway, Dormont Pool will close, and UPMC signed me up for what's called Silver Sneakers for us old folks. And I took a trial run. I chose that one because I moved to Mount Lebanon in '72 behind Hoover. So that neighborhood that JCC's at is my area. I got off the bus and went to Rite Aid and was riding down, passing all my old stomping grounds. Oh, there's the first trampoline. And a lady stopped me at JC Drive in Bower Hill. There's a sign, it says Scott Township, and like magic, not one single sidewalk is ADA accessible on the corners. Now, I had to back up till I got to a driveway in Mount Lebanon, come down Bower Hill Road, finally found a way to get back on the curb, not realizing what was behind the bend, got to the Bower Hill Swim Club, which was there when I moved there. I had to go down a grass hill. The tiller, they call it, is now loose. I went to the daycare center. The manager said, whatever you can do, we need your help because mothers with strollers can't get on and off sidewalks going to the daycare center. They rent from the Bower Hill Swim Club. He contacted me back. He's in support of me. I understand that there's been an email sent out.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Long story short, in 2023, you don't go down Bower Hill Road through the Mount Lebanon area and then boom, hit Scott Township and not find one single ADA accessible curb cut on the corners at Bower Hill. And I know for a fact, I moved there in '72, Bower Hill has been resurfaced, and the state says that every time you resurface, you're supposed to update those corners. My life was put into danger. I can't imagine moms going to the daycare center, pushing their kids down a grass. Anyway, I called Scott Township, left a message with their code enforcement, whatever it was, the appropriate. It was a woman's voice. No one called me back. Zero reason.
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Can I respond to that? Bernadette, I'll give you a call. Who'd you call? Scott Township, Denise?
I called whoever is their code enforcement. They never called me back.
Yeah, that's a gentleman, but the township
Bower
manager is
Hill
Denise.
Swim Club did call me back. He was trying to get bids, and I said, sir, you need to contact Allegheny County and Scott Township. You should not have to bear the cost of this alone, especially since I know as a paralegal in Pennsylvania, in Bower Hill, I did look up old minutes from here, Bower Hill is a county road.
Yeah, it's Bower Hill and, what's the intersection? Bower Hill and?
It starts at Bower Hill and JC, going down towards Scott, right where the little sign that says Scott Township.
Okay.
From there forward, and the guy from Bower Hill Swim Club rode up and down Bower Hill Road. All of Mount Lebanon has the proper curb cuts for ADA accessibility. Not one single curb cut on Bower Hill Road is ADA accessible.
All right, give me your number again, if you don't mind. You want to give it to me after the meeting?
Yeah, give it to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Give it to Jared or something.
Please.
I'll call you tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, motion to.
Actually, before proceeding, we did have one other individual who had intended to sign up, but somehow got lost in translation. That'd be Ed Gristar.
Please, come on up.
Okay, thank you. Ed Gristar is my name, and to my right here is George Waxmunski. He's the regional director of the United Electrical Workers, and we're here to talk a little bit about the medical debt public hearing. And the first thing is, essentially what we're doing is trying to put some life into the two resolutions that you all thankfully passed. One, actually I was here a long time ago, in 2007, you passed a resolution for Medicare for all single-payer health care, and you actually passed another one, I think it was in 2018 or 2019. So what's the point of having a public hearing? Well, I think both of those resolutions that you pass encourage the local congressional representatives and the state to push this idea that we need to do something about our healthcare system. And I worked for a nurses union. I'm now retired. I negotiated contracts. But the facts are so important that I'm going to just try to reiterate some facts and figures here so that you can understand the importance of this. First of all, you're paying tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars in premiums for insurance. And many of those insurance plans, like the gentleman here I'm talking about, Wabtec is right here. They're on strike up in Erie. What's their negotiated position for health care? Just tell them what the deductible is they want.
$10,000.
They want a $10,000 deductible for the employees. Now, the county probably doesn't have $10,000 deductible plans, but that seems to be the trajectory of health care in this country. Profits up, deductibles up, coverage is down, and surprisingly, not surprisingly, medical debt is shooting through the roof. It's the highest medical debt ever, meaning that it's the greatest cause of bankruptcies in the United States is medical debt. And there's, 100 million people with medical debt. 41% of adults have medical debt. Main cause of bankruptcy, 17% of adults with medical debt declare bankruptcy. Most of them are in collections. And medical debt is 4 times higher than the next issue of debt, which is telecom bills, telephone bills. It says unpaid bills has made it the common form of debt on consumer credit records, which actually then reduces people's ability to buy homes, to get jobs. It's a negative everywhere. It's driven by the simple reality that almost half of Americans don't even have $500. Don't even have $500 in emergency expenses. So they don't get coverage. Medical debt affects the poor people, affects minorities, affects women the most. And just lately, we just found, I mean, not lately, but 15 million people were cut from Medicaid. Sorry.
That's all right, go ahead. Continue.
Okay, 15 million people were cut just recently from Medicaid. Of that 15 million people, now just think this through for 1 second. 119,000 people in Allegheny County, 119,000 are on Medicaid. And if you look at the standards for Medicaid, it's abysmally low. It's around $14,000 a year for an individual. There's 119, and those individuals were just cut. We're trying to get the facts, and I think you as county representatives should understand that there's many people in this county that are just barely surviving and this is just a health care issue. Most of the adults, 25%, owe more than $5,000. Most people are, debt is no longer just a bug in the system, and that's why we want to hold this public hearing. It's essentially a feature of the system. It's inherent in the system because the system is simply run for money. It's not run in the public interest. And our purpose of holding the hearing is to bring more public awareness of this issue. And we have, couple of the people that were supposed to be here today were physicians from Physicians for National Health Program that work with both of our groups, Western PA Coalition Single Payer Healthcare. And what we'd like to do is promote this hearing to begin a conversation and draw some public attention that this simply can't go on. I mean, technically it can go on. You can just lower everybody's standard of living, drive more people into poverty. The other thing is that you saw the latest statistics, and all these things are interrelated. Suicides have become the highest in the United States.
Yes.
So with that, I'm just going,
Yeah,
okay, I'm just going to say I want to thank you for passing it. I want to let George say just a couple words because his union is on strike over this whole issue. So, George, go ahead.
Mr. Chairman?
No,
Okay. No?
yeah,
Mr. Chairman?
yes,
Point of order. We've been responsive, we've listened, we understand the issue. And we approve having the public hearing.
okay. How about the rest of you? You feel the same way? Also, okay.
Let him talk.
Yeah, I say let them talk.
Okay,
He's standing there, let him talk.
Let him have a few seconds.
Mr. Chairman?
yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, again, he called the point of order. We have to adjourn.
Okay.
We're going to have to adjourn. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for agreeing to hear it, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks.
Thank you.
Amen. Hey, sister.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Thank you.